Hello everyone and welcome to this week's review. 5 years ago, Illumination Entertainment and director Garth Jennings created an ensemble film about a bunch of talking animals who show off their singing skills. And now we have the sequel, which has them take part in an even bigger show. I liked the first Sing, and I even did an entire video where I talked about my appreciation for what that movie accomplished. Basically, I was impressed with the way it divided time between the multiple characters and their story arcs. The musical numbers have plenty of energy, the humor landed for me, and I liked the world established in that film. So I was certainly curious where Jennings would take the characters in Sing 2. I think the sequel also delivers on the premise, and even tackled some themes I did not expect. This movie appears to be a commentary on the way some people view Illumination. Yes, their movies are often big hits at the box office, and are especially popular with the family crowds they are aimed towards. However, cinephiles, hardcore animation fans, and film critics tend to turn their noses up at them and see them as lowest common denominator children's fluff with little to no substance. Apparently, most of their movies being silly animated comedies rather than something grander, like what Pixar is known for, is a negative, which is odd. I don't see silly live-action comedies like Tommy Boy or The Naked Gun looked down upon because they don't aspire to be Coen Brothers films. However, animated comedies like The Secret Life of Pets are treated harsher for not being into the Spider-Verse. You should judge a movie for what it aspires to be. If its principal goal is to be a bouncy, colorful, comedic escapade for families, judge it on whether it succeeds at that goal. And watching Sing 2, I wondered how much that perception of Illumination has started to affect Chris Meledandri and the other filmmakers there. In the movie, Buster is disappointed and frustrated that theater critics and a talent scout from the big city just view his shows as mainly cute fluff aimed solely at children, when he himself knows they are so much more than that. Even though his shows are crowd pleasers with the public, they are looked down upon by the critical establishment and these other hoity-toity animals. Buster eventually starts putting together a show for Wolf Mogul, who gets angry at him for not meeting his demands, which struck me as representing the people who hate that Illumination does not cater to their specific tastes and don't make the movies they want them to make. Beyond this commentary, Sing 2 is also about show business in general, and all the facets involved in putting together a production. We see Buster and Gunta the Pig working hard on writing the script and making sure the story is in the best shape possible, all the construction and below-the-line people responsible for putting together the sets and costumes, and the difficulties that can come with getting the cast ready. I like that the movie calls out the dangerous philosophy some hold that being cruel is the best way to bring out a performer's best quality, and proposes that being supportive and helpful is a much more useful technique. The film even tackles depression and the effect this can have on someone's creative juices. Garth Jennings did a good job of tackling these various themes, along with giving proper time to the characters. The ensemble nature of Sing remains intact, and each major character is given the needed time to develop their story arcs. The one between Ash and a reclusive musician is really nice, as is Mina the elephant trying to work up the courage to talk to a friendly ice cream seller. The new characters also proved memorable, especially the wolf's daughter, played in a humorous vocal performance by Halsey. Oddly, Mike the Mouse is completely absent, and I don't even recall there being a hint at where he is. I don't know whether Seth MacFarlane was unavailable to return, or they cannot figure out a way to work him into the story. Maybe if they decide to make Sing 3, he might show up again. I found the animation in Sing 2 to be quite stunning, with Jennings making a number of scenes visually pleasing, especially when we finally see Buster's show performed. The opening scene, set in an Alice in Wonderland world, is also impressive. The musical sequences have the needed energy to them, and much like in the first movie, the climax ends the sequel on a high note. Overall, I found Sing 2 to be a solid continuation, and I enjoyed spending time with these characters again. However, what stood out to me was the commentary, and how the filmmakers explore the way Illumination's output is viewed in some circles. Based on this film, the people there seem to have a lot on their mind right now. And so I just want to take a moment and say to Chris Meledandri and Janet Healy and all of the directors, writers, designers, animators, storyboard artists, technicians, and everyone who plays a role in bringing these movies to life, that you are enormously talented and your work matters to a great many people. Don't let anyone shame you for the films you make, and just know that there are plenty, myself included, who always look forward to what Illumination produces. I'm excited to see the return of the Minions next summer, and especially a couple of Italian plumbers come Christmas time. Thank you for everything you do, Illumination.